Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up, it's not your birthday. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed. Roll down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man, rolling trees up. If you watch how I move, you mistake before I play up here. Been hit with a few shells, now I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the lane, they saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, let me tell you I'm local. The plan is to put the rap game in the choke. So I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still in the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. I grew up from what they buy, and they ready to go on, yeah. Bottle full of bub, mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub, mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. My flow, my show brought me the dough that bought me all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my tools. What broke me, I done came up and I ain't changing. You should love me way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? How come that you be happy I made it? I'm that cat by the bar, toasting to the good. Like, moved out the hood, now you tryna pull me back, right? My junk get the bumping in the club, it's on. I'm with my eyes, your chick, so she smash, she gone. Hit the roof for a fire, man. Just let it burn. Talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate you, watch the money pile up. And we can go upside your head with a bottle of bug. Come on, they know where we be. You can find me in the club.
MCCC is better than this DJ.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up, it's not your birthday. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed. Roll down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man, rolling trees up. If you watch how I move, you mistake before I play up here. Been hit with a few shells, now I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the lane, they saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, let me tell you I'm local. The plan is to put the rap game in the choke. So I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still in the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. I grew up from what they buy, and they ready to go on, yeah. Bottle full of bub, mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub, mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in there getting rough. My flow, my show brought me the dough that bought me all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my tools. What broke me, I done came up and I ain't changing. You should love me way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? How come that you be happy I made it? I'm that cat by the bar, toasting to the good. Like, moved out the hood, now you tryna pull me back, right? My junk get the bumping in the club, it's on. I'm with my eyes, your chick, so she smash, she gone. Hit the roof for a fire, man. Just let it burn. Talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate you, watch the money pile up. And we can go upside your head with a bottle of bug. Come on, they know where we be. You can find me in the club.
MCCC is better than this DJ.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up, it's not your birthday. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug. If you're in the getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed. Roll down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man, rolling trees up. If you watch how I move, you mistake before I play up here. Been hit with a few shells, now I walk with a limp. In the hood, in the lady saying, bitch, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, I tell you I'm local. The plan is to put the rap game in the choke. So I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind. Got a meal out the deal and I'm still in the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. I grew up from what they buy and they ready to go. I'm in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz.
Oh, I unmuted my playmat camera. Oops. Okay. Hello. I am doing a drawing challenge, as you can see. I'm drawing every day for a year. I started it over the holidays. I'm on like day 15, but this was my day 13 drawing in this pad. Am I still muted? You guys can hear me, right? Can you hear me now? Please. Okay. This was day 13. And I'm trying to eventually become, drumroll please, I would like within 100 days to be a manga artist. Some of you already knew about this project, but I thought we'd start today with me drawing for a little bit, and then we'll get into decks. I can kind of move that over here. There we go. And I thought we could just hang out while I draw for like 15 minutes. We'll start stream that way. This just gives me time to get this in every day because I have had some extremely busy days. I thought you guys would find this pretty funny. So I will tell you the story of yesterday that happened. I woke up around, I think it was like 5:50. Little before 6 o'clock in the morning, and I went straight to the DMV, reissued a license and got a real ID. Went to USPS, dropped off around 250 packages. Then I went to I went home, made us coffee, made us lunch, returned a bunch of stuff to like Amazon, helped to do some returns for the business. And then a secret thing happened. I had a secret meeting that I don't feel like I should spoil it on stream, but in December, and I think in the last video I made for you guys, I suggested that I was thinking about and or hoping something would happen this year by around the summer. And then out of nowhere, I got thrusted into an extremely good offer that made it happen literally yesterday. So I don't know if any of you guys can guess what I ended up doing yesterday, but this channel's about to get a big upgrade, like a massive upgrade. But yeah, that happened. And then I went to a meeting at my church, and then worked all into the evening. Sadly, my wife got injured yesterday. She fell over. She's doing okay now. She has like a mild concussion, but she's home with me working and is doing better. But big prayers for deaf wife. She is currently recovering. Took a spill. Serpenting? You have in fact guessed it. I signed yesterday. It's all there, baby. I'm gonna fix Al's hair real quick, his little strand, before we move on. I want to give it at least one hard line. There we go. That's a little better. Now you can see the hair a little better. Cool. But yeah, this was like a quick sketch. Happy New Year, Wacky Pizza Man! Yeah, prayers for the wifey. But yeah, Deaf Cat is about to get a big upgrade. Very, very, very big upgrade. I hope you guys are ready. I'm very excited. All right, let's do a quick drawing, and then we'll start today. How about we do a anime character of y'all's decision? That's awesome, Serpenting. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. All right, guys, give me an anime character you would like me to draw. What anime character am I drawing today? Toto? I'll take Toto. Yeah, Toto sounds fun. Let's see if I'm good enough at Toto. I want to get like a good pose of him. Yeah, let's do the boogie woogie clap. Let's do this one. I like that. That sounds fun. Alright. What's up, Earlmaid? Oh yeah, Earlmaid, when do we need to do the stream, by the way? When should I post that happening? Because I was going to do it next week, but if that's too late, you just let me know. I normally do it this way. There we go. Boogie woogie. He's got kind of like a thicker chin line, right? And then it goes straight to the nose there, which is a little interesting. So I want to try to imitate that. And then we're going to go back over after I sketch with a thicker... with a bit of a thicker pencil. Okay, they kind of do a funky thing with the nose to give it like a strange, like under nose look. Trying to figure out how I want to translate that. Next week's fine? Okay, great. 2 decks? Woo! Okay, great, Earlmaid. That sounds great. Kind of got that lower, I don't care look in his eyes too in this image. And then his forehead's got that like cool looking crease to it. And then the brow line extends from the eyebrow like really dramatically. Oh my gosh. That's really intense. Okay. Forehead's not too big in this image. And then we go back really quickly into that bun, that messy bun he's got, which is cut off. So I'll kind of like think through how I want that to look. And then face shape kind of starts a little more dramatic here. It looks like it's kind of like goes down and across into an ear. Okay, it looks like I like kind of extended the ear a little too high. Let me get my eraser. Oh, I must have left my eraser downstairs. Oh well, I'll use my pencil. Yeah. Oh, did my green screen go out for a second there? Oh no, it didn't. That was old. I'm backed up on my own stream. Yeah, this is pretty hype. I like this image of Toto. It's lit. Okay, that's what I did wrong. I extended the hairline a little too low. I see now. Okay. There we go. We were going at a really good pace there for a little bit. Not too bad though. We didn't get sidetracked too hard on fixing that one piece. One piece. Ah, the chin length. The chin length is too long. That's what happened. Okay. And then he's got the mess bun, which kind of goes like this. More strandy hair. There we go. Then I can clean that up later. It's a little longer than it is in the image. Let me try to shorten that. There we go. Yeah, I extended the bun a little too much. There we go.
MCCC is better than the CJ.
There we go. That wasn't too bad. What are we thinking, guys? Nice, man. Nice. Some tabletop simulator. That is awesome. So next week, guys, we are planning on doing a big stream called Magic Fights Cancer. I'm going to be pulling in some other content creators, and then I have made sure that all the prizing from the last giveaway will be sent out before we start this one. And we are going to be also inferencing some help from hopefully some brands for some of the giveaway. And then to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is have donated to the GoFundMe to fight cancer. Boom, baby. You got 4 games in? That's awesome. Ah, dang. Heck yeah, I'm glad it was fun. Okay, and then we have like this like really dramatic hand sweep here. Big thumb into hand sweep. No, you're passed out from work. My friends still need practice so that a game doesn't take them 4 hours. Oof, yeah, that's rough. We've done a lot of work in our play group to make people just like, hey man, games got to end sometime. You don't need to roll a dice to attack someone. Just do it pass turn. No one is allowed to get upset. You got to relax. That'd be a funny drinking game. And be like, hey, you're upset. Drink a beer. I do not actually recommend that, but it is funny. Just fake getting angry over and over again so you can drink. Alright. I'm filling in some space here for the fingers where we currently don't have anything because the manga panel ends. So we're gonna add in our own details now.
MCCC is better than the CJ.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up.
Alright, I'll finish this sketch up after stream. I think we're getting pretty close here. It's starting to look decent. We've got like a good form going on. The hand's a little smaller, so we're gonna extend it here real quick. There we go. That looks a little better. Give him those little cuff braces. Oh, no, wait. No, he doesn't have it on both sides. It's just on one side. What am I talking about? Are you going to work on orders from the custom deck post today? I bought a post a week ago, and before I knew the Patreon tiers. Oh, no. So today is going to be 10 of the orders from December. So you always get yours a few weeks after, because I need time to test all the orders and make sure they're functioning properly. I don't want to give you guys a non-tested deck out of my brain. That would be stealing your money if I did that. If I wasn't actively like just testing your decks, that would be ridiculous. So I make sure to test everything that I make. Almost done with our sketch, and then we're going to move on to some decks today. Whoop whoop. Yeah, if you ever buy, like, not that I don't think there's anyone else really on the internet that sells decks like me, but, you know, the few times I've seen it, and the reason I think other creators have tried to do this and failed and it stopped is they just make the deck on stream. Like, they don't take time off stream to, like, work on it or anything, which is really messed up. Like, that's just going, hey, I hope this works. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, we played the decks together. Me and my friends test the decks. Earl made, that's awesome. 2 more days till Culling Game episode 1. I think what needs to happen is the Guardian needs to get a credit on the website. Ooh. Moz should be able to do that soon. The biggest thing is we goldfish first, and then once goldfishing goes well, if the deck has like playable cards, you know, and like on the turns it's supposed to, we know that the mana base is fine, and then we take it out for testing. We do testing 3 times a month as a team. And by team, I mean my friends that I buy beer and drinks for, or beer and food for. And then I watch them play it, and if they can play it, anyone can play it. So I do a little bit of idiot proofing. I feel like I have made the hands different sizes than what was originally shown off in the art. I can't tell. Yeah, the hands are too small. The hands aren't... Yeah, the hands are way too small. Yeah, okay. The hands need reworking. The hands were good, though. They did look good. Like, they were just too small. The hands are the most, like, dramatic part of this piece and are slightly oversized, creating a great effect. And I failed at that. Alright. I'll finish his face, and then I'll redraw the hands later, and we'll get started. Yeah, they were good, just smaller than reference, 100%. 100%. Yeah, let's get his face done real quick, and then we'll move on to decks here.
MCCC is better than the CJ.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up, cause that's your birthday. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the making love. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't
I started his mouth too low and it looked really funny. That was hilarious. Give him a little shadow there. I think the chin might still be a little too... The chin might still be a little too low here. I'm going to put the mouth in the right place. I think you guys might see what I'm talking about. No, it's fine. It's just a little wonky. There we go. There we go. It's a little better. It's like the angle's a little off. Meh. Happy New Year, KB! Yeah, that quick sketch versus like what I did yesterday, which I'm really happy with. Like this looked a lot better because it's flat and head on. This is a lot easier to do versus like this pose I'm trying to recreate right now with Toto is like very active, you know?
MCCC is better than the CJ.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday.
All these little guiding scratches do add a lot. So like once you render it with all that, it does look a lot better. Oh, he literally is missing his jaw. That's why this looks so weird, guys. Hold on. He is literally missing his jaw. Hold on. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. There we go. Oh my gosh, that looks so much better. He was missing the jaw. Literally. Like right here. That little thing means the world to this. Yeah, that looks a lot better at least. Cool. Yeah, and then once the hands are nice and big and dramatic, it'll look really cool. And then also, like, I'm doing this, right? Start doing some of the pillow shading. Make it look more dramatic. Fill in a lot of the folds, and then have the coat drop some more. Give it kind of an angle, and then resume the body pose from there.
MCCC is better than
There we go. That helped it a lot. Yeah, and then once the hands are huge, it'll look a lot better. Yeah, Appy, yeah, freaking the MSRP going up sucks, doesn't it? Yeah. I'll need to work on it. I think I can fix this drawing to look a lot better. Get it to this level. But yeah. Sweet. Let's get into some decks, y'all. Boom. Today's decks are all from Fourth Wall. All today's decks will be done on for the fourth wall decks. All right, let me pop us over to some chill music. Alrighty, y'all. Let's get into it today. We have some deck orders from Fourth Wall that we're going to be going over. Let me get my stuff situated on my computer and we'll be ready to go. No, this is not the heir apparent, but it is the heir apparent. Yeah, Fourth Wall is the store outside outside of the website. The next deck roast is this coming Monday. Yeah, I should have a calendar up tomorrow. Yeah, before and after mewing. Yeah, on the chin. That was funny, Landoran. Oh, right. We haven't fixed submitting for roast on the website. Well, let's fix that first, then schedule it. Let's do it in that order. Oy. Alrighty, y'all. My eyes are like adjusting from like focusing on the paper. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I have a really bad time with like my eyes focus really hard on what's on the paper. And then I switch to like looking around. I'm like really dizzy whenever I do that. Okay, y'all. Danny, let's see what you ordered. Let's get down here to the submission page. Danny, you said I want a Noctis Heir Apparent deck, and I want the deck to have multiple ninjutsu equipment-focused Neon Dynasty aesthetic. So, we did just that. Let's get into this order. So, Noctis Heir Apparent says, whenever creature you control enters during combat, you may attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. So, let's read ninjutsu for a second. Ninjutsu says, return an unblocked attacker. It does not say non-token. It does not say non-token. So, what that means is we're going to abuse the power of Myriad. Specifically, Wyram's Crossing. So, Wyram's Crossing says Myriad, whenever this creature attacks, for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of the creature that's tapped and attacking. So, now we have a bunch of like unblocked random Myriad 1/1s, and then we will ninjutsu them easily. And so we basically have a ton of ninjutsu targets without having to replay our creatures. So it's like a nice free ninjutsu. It's amazing. The ninjas, my favorite ninjas that we have are Thousand Face Shadow for copying, and then Ninja of Deep Hours to get into some extra draw spells, and of course Prosperous Thief, and allows us to make artifact treasure tokens, which is sick. That way we can pump out more of our equipment. Now, we want to equip the creatures with Myriad and or Noctis. That is the best way, in my opinion, to use this commander. The idea being that Noctis will enable us to have things like Excalibur and things like, let me find it, Ultima Weapon, Colossus Hammer. It'll say, whenever a creature you control enters the combat, you may attach it. So the idea is that mainly we focus on attaching to the Myriad people. They attack. Then, let's say the Myriad person gets blocked, you know, or whatever. Well, we ninjutsu in on our tokens, and then Noctis will allow us to then equip and attach to that target creature after the fact. So Colossus Hammer, you obviously don't want to have to pay the 12 mana to attach it, or the 8 mana to attach it. That one just stays off to the side. You know, no big deal. So I picked artifacts with the lowest casting cost and highest equipping cost to get the most out of it, like Batterbone, Batter Skull Smashing, you know, Black Blade Reforge, all these nasty, really good, low CMC, high equip cost equipment pieces. And then I also included that this deck is a budget brew, and so the only card that the person already had was obviously Noctis and then Mithril Coat. So everything else was factored in to make this deck $200 total. So this is a $200 budget Noctis bracket 2 ninjutsu artifacts deck. So let's get into this for a second. Yeah, this is perfect. This is a perfect hand right here. All we need to do is hit up. I'm not in the right scene, and you guys didn't get to see the miracle draw. This is what I saw. I looked at this hand and I went, wow, this hand's perfect. As long as we get a Myriad Creep. Peak. Okay, so Caves of Koilos, tap, Wyram's Crossing. Turn 2, Fetid Heath into a Talisman. And or Trailblazers boots. You can go either way. Actually, yeah, we'll say Batter. We'll do Batterbone turn 2. Attack him with Wyram. Next turn, River. Attack. And then we make our 2 little Wyram copies. And then we'll return our copy. Bonk. Covert Tactician. Coming in ninjutsu. And then Batterbone will automatically attach. And then equipped creature gets +1/+1 vigilance and lifelink. Sadly, the vigilance won't apply here because it comes in tapped and attacking, but at least we are giving it lifelink. And we also have created a golem token that came on, so this was already attached to something, but that's effectively how this works. Next turn, I would suggest getting out your mana. And then next turn, you can explode into a ton of stuff. We have, obviously, Battle Angels, and we have Noctis. But lots of things we can do there. Very fun list. I think ninjutsu is one of the most exciting and fun ways to use the new Noctis. Noctis also comes in with a built-in, like, save itself exiling rule for 3 colorless, which is really beautiful. Which also means you really don't need to protect your commander as long as you're leaving up the mana. For 3 generic, exile Noctis, return to the battlefield under its owner's control, tapped and attacking at the beginning of the next player's declared attack step. So out of nowhere, you get to do like Rasengan, Kamehameha, Third Impact. I'm going to destroy the whole board for 3 mana Warp Strike, where out of nowhere Noctis can like exile to save himself, come back and be tapped and attacking with any of your equipments that you've already played onto your deck or onto your board. So Noctis has a really cool play pattern that way. Oh, Noctis should have been out. I just didn't play it out yet. Yeah, Noctis needs to come out first. So let's show you guys with like a less desirable hand and show you kind of what to keep in your open hands, because that's the most important part. If you guys ever play a deck, the number one thing to teach someone when you hand them the deck is what cards should I be keeping in my opening hand. So we're down to 7, down to 6. We have only 1 land and a 2 mana artifact. So we'll go down to 5. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, okay, no castables, but we do have a high amount of early mana, which is pretty hyped, and an Ethereum Sculptor. So realistically, if we kept these 5, we're just praying to God we find blue off the top of our library. We have 3 turns to do that, so we're going to do it. So let's do it. All right, draw for turn. Find. So we'll do Fetid Heath, or actually we'll do Plains first. That way we actually have access to mana. Next turn, Fetid Heath. Nothing to do. We have to wait. Plains. This was turn 3. This is when we needed to find the blue source by, but now we do have an insane amount of mana. So if we find a bomb within the colors that we have, we're like set. Trailblazers, blue boots. Get those on out there. Yeah. Dang. Bad mulligan. So it looks like the only thing that needs tweaking in this list is making sure because here's the problem. This is a budget brew at $200. This number is wrong. That is not what it is worth. Yeah. So the biggest thing is this deck plays fun with the right mana base. I would suggest we add Gemstone Mine as a cheap way to get our color fixing. And probably need to get the Verges in here. So the Verges are a cheap alternative. And they work with basics on top of that. So there we go. The Verges should help a lot. Oh, I did Sandstorm Verge instead of the right Verge. There we go. So that just added 4 more color pips. I think the Pain lands are really great, but we already have the 3. If you increase the budget by $50, I would say the land base and getting the shock lands. That would be the best thing to do. If you increase the budget by $50, just increase the land base, and I think this is gonna be sick. The good thing is, what I'm guessing, and let me let you into the mind of someone who makes decks for a living. I always go a little bit over the budget of what someone sends me in the idea that they most likely already have some of the lands and artifacts. I'm going to assume you have a Soul Ring. I know, sue me. Sue me. Also, the idea is that the budget is based on near mint condition of these cards, and that if you go to a website like, Mana Pool or anything, you can probably get them cheaper by lowering your card quality requirement. I personally just proxy until I can get a near mint copy of a card. That's personally what I do. But before I did this for a living, and before it was that big of a deal, I went out and found the most damaged, awful, cheapest version of every single card, and that is how I always played the game, like 24/7, and it was beautiful. All my cards were disgusting. I had a ripped, bent, black border Italian Wheel of Fortune, and it was grody. Like, it was nasty, and I loved it. Now I've got, like, a altered, sketched, pretty, unlimited Wheel of Fortune, now that I do this for a living. Yeah, but I love stuff like this. I love ninjutsu being the main part of what keeps a Noctis list together. But the biggest thing I would say is what you have to have in this list when you look for your opening hand is at least one myriad creature or at least one ninja. If you don't have one of those two, the deck will not function. You won't do the thing because you will naturally find one of the 33 artifacts. I promise you. But if you don't have a myriad and or ninjutsu in your hand, they do nothing. So that's just your priority. Or at least, sorry, they do something. Obviously, you can attach artifacts regularly, but that's not what we're here for. That's not why we're playing this deck. We're here to cheat. We're here to have fun. We're here to go, whoops, sorry, guess what? Free artifact. That's what we're here for. Come on. Come on. All right, everybody. Let's get into our next list. What do we got here? Jordan the Dragon. Okay. Okay, everybody. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a little discussion. Lotus MTG, if you would like a Narset and Lyson Master Deck, head on over to my Patreon and order yourself one, and I will make it for you and show it here on stream. For anyone watching, if you want a custom Magic deck, come order one. Get yours shown off on stream. And I'm just going to leak this now. I don't think my editor's here. Hold on. Let me check. All right, no one else is in. I think everyone's downstairs. Yeah, okay, they're not here.
I just bought an entire office and studio to produce a show. And if I like your deck idea enough, it gets on the show.
They know I always leak things on stream. They wished I was better at advertising and just set it on posts so I could get better clicks, but you guys actually show up, so you deserve to hear it. No, I'm in the upstairs. I'm in the attic. They're downstairs. But I signed a lease yesterday. So excited. Oh, also, something awesome. I get to own my office with my brother-in-law. He's like the sweetest guy on planet Earth. He's so nice. I love him so much. So the fact that both of us get to have our, like, you know, our local owned businesses in the same shop, I'm like so excited. I needed more office space than he did. So he took the extra area and I took the office space. So yeah, so excited. What? No? No? Oh my god, they almost heard me. Okay, they left. Yes, Earl Made. I have been having so many non-magic people text me about Lorwyn. So awesome. What do I recommend as a budget for a thematic bracket 3 deck? I think an accurate budget, personally. Look, you know what, guys? Let me share you one of my personal decks and we'll show you how to budget. Let's do that. That'd be a fun little segment. I got another hour and a half today. We're good. Let's get into the budget. Let's do this. All right. Let's go to my Moxfield for a second and go to my personal decks. Which, by the way, if you go to the website, defcatmtg.com, you can gain access to all of my decks via being in the Patreon. So let's show off the website real quick. Continue with Patreon. So you do log in with your Patreon if you guys are on my Patreon. Oof, let's go to dark mode. Ugh. Who liked that light mode? Yuck. Okay. So this is a bracket 3 crazy landfall deck. I know some of you may have heard it. It does kind of have 15,000 views on Moxfield. Sue me. But for $100, I made this awesome thematic bracket 3 list. It's really fun. But let me show you something a little bit more intense. Let me show you guys my current favorite deck. Let's see how low it is on my popularity. It can't be that low. Hold on. Oh, have I not added it yet to the website? Ooh. Oh, no, I did. There it is. So, Garland. By the way, do you guys like the website? I think it's pretty slick. I'm just saying. So, Garland, Knight of Cornelia. It says, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, surveil. So, let's go over to Moxfield and view it there. Show you guys the budget and the breakdown. Oh my gosh, DefCat. This bracket 3 list costs $5,300. What do you think I am? Made of money? No. That is why I will show you how I would budget this deck. Blind Demon budget. There's the blind. We'll call it the blind budget. Okay. So first off, hit more. Hit update to cheapest. Boom, we're down to $2,000 already. It was just the printings. Advanced. Sort by price. Bloodletter of Akalots. Do you need it in the deck? Yes, it's a combo piece. Archfiend. Yes, it's a combo piece. Valgavoth. No, not a combo piece. Delete. And I go down that way. And I see, is this necessary for my deck to win? If not, it goes into the sideboard. Which I just realized I just deleted it instead of put it in the sideboard. So, there we go. Put it in the sideboard. I removed it again. I didn't hit the right button. Oh, Gavoth. There we go. Put in the sideboard. And I do that all the way down. Yawgmoth's Will. Imperial Seal. Not needed. Not needed. All that other stuff's great. Shallow Grave. $90 for Reanimate. Nah, we can find a cheaper one. Vampiric Tutor. We can find a cheaper one. Lotus Petal. Yeah, I really like it in this deck. I'm going to keep it. Everything else, cool, cool, cool. What's this? A Badlands? We don't need that. Urborg? We don't need that. Cavern of Souls? We don't need that. Prismatic Vista? Nah. Scalding Tarn? Nah. You know what? I'm going to take these out, put it in my sideboard, and I'm going to add me some basics. Cool. And then we're going to put all these into considering so we can see our new budget. Come up with a song title or a deck name. 1,000,000,000% deck names are easier to come up with. 100%. Song titles take me ages. And then we're going to switch the printings of the mountains to one that don't have a price yet because they're basics and they are free. We have now gotten the $5,000 deck down to $500. And that's with keeping a lot of the expensive stuff. Very easy to budget. I would say in order to have a fun deck, $100 should do outside of the land base. I hate having a bad land base. So if you're looking for 3 colors and up, you're probably going to be minimum $200 to have fun. 2 colors and below, $100 will do it. You can just use basics. 100%. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So, all right, everybody. It's time to chat. It's time to chat about this. Oh, wait. All right, guys. Let's talk about Ur Dragon for a moment. I know. Really, Def Cat? This person ordered an Ur Dragon list? Everyone knows about the Ur Dragon. Well, this person did in fact have a unique version of the Ur Dragon they wanted. They said, Def Cat, I know everybody loves playing the Ur Dragon by just chucking in all the best dragons, making them cheaper, and then swinging in with the Ur Dragon to play them for free. I get it. But, Def Cat, you see, my friends play Spellslinger. And I want to show them that I can Spellsling while playing big dragons. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ur Dragon Control. We are going to control the game with lots of counter magic and lots of interaction in order to pull off a nasty combo. So the Ur Dragon says, as long as Ur Dragon is in the command zone, all of your dragon spells cost 1 less to cast. And then, if you cast it, whenever one or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. What's up, Philip? We're going over an Ur Dragon control list. We're also going to be controlling the game and benefiting off of all of our friends with Counterbalance. And now my favorite card in the entire list, Dream Halls, or as I like to call it, Dragon Ballsy. No, so it says instead of paying for the casting cost of a spell or of any color, its caster may choose and discard a card that shares at least one color with it. If the spell is an X and X is 0. So, how Dream Halls works and why it's such an amazing card is if you cast Tiamat, you go and get 5 dragons. You go get Terror on the Peaks, Dragon Lord, or Bladewing Arisen, Dragon Lord Dramoka, Morite of Frost, and any other one that you need to discard. What you do is you play Terror on the Peaks by discarding, let's say, Scourge of Valkus. You then play Dragon Lord Dramoka, discarding any other creature card you have in your hand, so that way people can't cast spells in your turn. You lock them out if you need to. Then you play Bladewing Arisen by discarding Morite of Frost. Bladewing Arisen will be brought back to the battlefield by Morite of Frost, and then Morite of Frost will copy it and it will copy Blade Wing and then destroy it due to legendary rule, but the trigger will go on the stack and you can return it to hand. That way you get infinite ETBs with Terror on the peaks because you'll have an infinite ETB loop. Boom, baby. So this allows you to basically win the game from there. We also have a backup combo of Terror on the peaks and then infinite combo with Squee the Immortal. Now, DevCat, why would I want to play the Dragon when I can just play Tiamat then? Why do I want that? And the biggest reason you want to do that with like a control thing is we want to have a secondary win condition of still pumping out baddies. And we don't want to be all in on the Tiamat combo. So we still want to be playing Ancient Copper, Ancient Silver, and other large dragons in our roster in order to win the game. And that is more what we're looking to do and more what the request was. So let's give it a quick look-see here. To the play test. Nice. So we have Temur Battlecrier, which will make our creatures cost 1 less per power 4 or greater on the battlefield. We have a Worldly Tutor to go get a creature we want. We have 3 lands, and we have extra mana. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like this hand. Let's draw it for turn. We're going to go with Bayou, and then we will Worldly Tutor before our next turn. And I think the best creature to get here may not be Tiamat, personally. I think we want something a little bit more exciting. I think we want to go get Orcish Lumberjack. Yeah, if you can't win with the combo, we're winning with brute force. Exactly. So, most people will make the mistake here. They'll see their hand, and they'll go, DevCat, I only have mana. That's bad. I need to go get a big creature. Dog, you got a big creature. It's in your dang command zone. Go get some more mana and absolutely turbo that puppy out. Trust that your deck will give you the cards you need to win. Just make sure you can actually cast them first. So we're going to get Orcish Lumberjack put on top of our library. Next turn, Polluty Duty. And we're going to go get ourselves a Volcanic Island, or as I would call it, Balsamic Island. Which, by the way, if those of you want to hear a cute story, Volcanic Island was the first present I got my wife as our first anniversary present. I got her a near mint Volcanic Island about 5 years ago. I know. I'm so romantic. She loved it, though. It's like her favorite card she's ever owned. And she says to this day is still the favorite gift she's ever been given, which I don't know whether that means my gift giving recently has been bad or if that was just that good. I've gotten her other cards since then. I got her some cool stuff. We'll go over that sometime. So we'll pay 2 mana, Talisman of Conviction, Orcish Lumberjack. Boom! The man said Heart of Cards, but in like 2 paragraphs. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This is gorgeous. This is beautiful. Tap the Bayou for an exploration. Tundra. Watery Grave. Ladies and gentlemen, it is turn 3. Currently, it is turn 3. Correct? On turn 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available to us. And for red, blue, and green, do we have access to green other than this one right here? Oh, we do. We do not? We don't. Okay. Next turn, we'll also be able to cast the Temur Battlecrier. But for now, pump out Talisman. Boom, baby. Peak. This is peak. This is peak. Ladies and gentlemen, we have received peak. We trusted the heart of the cards and we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiamat has entered the battlefield. Woo! Mana Confluence. And then for 2 black, 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 and a generic, which we'll get from our talisman. Grim Tutor, Tiamat. Dragon attack. Draw a card. Tiamat for free. And let's go get our winning combo. Ha ha ha! Peak. Peak. So now you can either go get the winning combo here, or go get more awesome dragons that you just want to attack in with and go crazy with. Your pick. But peak. Absolute peak. Turn 5. Turn 5. That is so sick. That is so sick. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. That is awesome. Heart of the cards, everybody. Heart of the cards. That's how we like to see it. So, in general, this is what we like to control. This is how we would like to make a control Dragon list. Oh, we have an extra talisman. How did that happen? We cheated. We cheated, chat. Well, now that we have an extra slot, I really wanted to put this one in here anyway. Survival of the Fittest is already in here. Good, good, good. We have Counterbalance. I think it's time to show you guys my secret spicy pick. Lurking Predators. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, put it on the battlefield. And Dragon will allow us to play this for free. Spicy, baby. Spicy, spicy. So good. Lurking Predators was made popular by my previous co-star on Playing with Power, Alex, who is now on the commander panel. So big clappies to Alex Hire for becoming a part of the commander panel. So happy for him. Where was the control? Blainimal. Our control is in the form of Counterbalance, Flusterstorm, Counterspell, Cyclonic Grip, Force of Will, Mental Misstep, Delay, Swan Song, Fierce Guardianship. But the biggest reason you didn't see the control is because we saw the win line. And we still want to make sure it is a control comboed list. So combo is still the main constraint because it is bracket 4. And we want to be able to win. Yeah, 5-color good stuff. Bleh. Nah. Yeah. Dragon, but the entire deck is equipment challenge. Awesome. Now, we got a double order next, everybody. Double order from Down It. Down It asked me for Thalia Gitrog Monster. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. Landfall. Now, Thalia Gitrog, already known to say, hey, what do you do with this deck? Well, of course, you do Landfall. It's a creature that puts your opponents behind and gives you an additional land. And this is whenever Thalia Gitrog monster attacks, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. So now it's even better because you can sack lands, draw, first strike, death touch. Defcat, how could you possibly make this better than someone else? Why would someone pay you to make this deck? Would you like you to take a close look for a second? Only 25 creatures. And only 25. Only 5 sorceries, 9 instants, 6 artifacts, 8 enchantments. And I'm going to show you some cards that were in none of the lists online, which blew my mind. Dragon, but every dragon card you play, you have to rip it in half dies challenge. Woo! Yeah, dragons in Magic are officially expensive. That didn't used to be the status quo. Everybody, Ripples of Undeath is the GOAT in landfall decks. If anybody tells you that this card isn't an auto include in literally every single landfall deck that has black, they're blind. They're actually blind. Within the last 7 months, they have printed 4 extra land drop spells that play lands from graveyard. 4. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. So, Ribbles of Undeath says, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, mill 3 cards. Then, you may pay 1 generic and 3 life, and put a card from among those into your hand. So you mill 3, you mill 2 lands and a card you want, you take the card you want, and then you get to play those lands anyway from your graveyard. How? Bruh. Crazy. And now, a card that you absolutely need to have in your deck's Aftermath Analyst. It says, when this creature enters, mill 3 cards. Then, 4 mana, sacrifice it, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. And you know we combo in with that. You know we combo in with that, baby. So, Thalia Gitrog Monster is a generic white, black, and green. So, I included as many different 1 mana ramp dorks in order to get us there as fast as possible. I believe I accidentally included 1 extra. I included 1 extra basic. Let me take that out. There we go. We're back to 100 cards. Awesome. So, the main thing that you want to do in this deck, the 1,000,000,000% most important thing in order to play this deck, you have to have a turn 1 play. You have to accelerate to Thalia Gitrog Monster. If your turn 1 play is Sylvan Tutor for a Lotus Cobra, that's goated. That's great. Trust me. You have to get Thalia out by turn 3. If you cannot, you will be playing catch up the rest of the game, and it will suck. It will be so boring. You will hate your life. You will actually want to chop off your left pinky toe and give it to charity. You got to have a turn 1 play that gets you toward Thalia Gitrog Monster. You have to. The good thing is, ladies and gentlemen, let's count how many turn 1 plays we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have 19 in the deck. If you can't find one, I highly suggest shuffling better. Oh, sorry, 20. Sylvan Tutor. We have 20. Come on. So, let's give her a whirl, shall we? Okay, before I reveal what just popped up on my screen, I would like to prove to everyone that clearly streamer luck exists. There's nothing you could do to tell me that this isn't streamer luck. We have the combo land. We have the best extra land dropper in the game. 3 lands, including one that filters to give us any color, and Windswept Heath, and we have Scoot Swarm, and 2 mana dorks. Do not tell me streamer luck doesn't exist. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. I swear, if we draw exploration off the top of this library, I will give someone a free deck. I'm going to shuffle. Here we go. It's crop rotation. We were close. We were close. I should give away 1 free deck every stream. We should do that. Let's start doing that. That's a good idea for this year. Let's do that. Okay. Let's get into it. So, we need to do Windswept Heath first, and we're going to go grab a Bayou. If we have it, we don't. So we need Overgrown Tomb. Okay. Overgrown Tomb, shock it in, and then Thinhorn Elves. Next turn. Oh my gosh, Yavimaya. That is so good. That is so good. We are goated. Okay. Land into... I'm going to do... Pilgrim? And then filter, crop rotation. And I think... What land am I looking for right now? I think it's just another fetch so we can fill our graveyard. But I'm just going to see if I included anything I really want. I think it's just going to be another fetch. Yeah. Just double checking. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll go get Polluted Delta, crack it, and go get the other fetch. Yeah, and go get Godless Shrine. Cool. Cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And then we can turn 3 Thalia. And then we have extra lands in our graveyard for Icetill Explorer later. This does beg the question here. Is Thalia better than Scute Swarm here? And I think it depends on whether or not your table looks like they're going to be dropping things turn 3. Because Thalia will stop them from doing that due to its third line of text. Creatures and non-basics your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. We're going to say, for experiment's sake here, our opponents aren't threatening turn 3. And they're already playing basics. So Thalia has less of a helping hand here. And instead, we're going to opt to explode next turn. So we're going to do Scute Swarm. And I think that's it. I think we're stopping at Scute Swarm because we get land drop, but it'd be cooler to explode with a bunch of land drops. Oh, wait, we can play lands from our graveyard next turn anyway. We have Icetill. So we'll Shifting Woodlands, and we will create a 1/1 insect token off the riff. Cool. All right, next turn, play a land from our graveyard. Play Polluted. Oh, yeah, we need Icetill Explorer out first. Whoops. Boop. All right. Icetill Explorer. Polluted Delta. Make an insect. And then Polluted Duty to the graveyard. Grab a swamp. What is up? Samuel, yes. 2026 has been incredible for me so far. Thank you for asking. It's been awesome. We have an extra land drop. Polluted Duty again. We get to the swamp. Bonk. Make another insect. And now, if you control 6 or more lands, you create a token copy of Scute Swarm instead. So next turn, we're going to hit that. And that's when we're going to go bonkers. Pay 2. Talisman of Resilience. All right. Now's the fun. Now's the crazy fun. 2 mana Lotus Cobra. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Thalia Get Rock Monster. We now get 2 additional land drops, so 3 total. And we get to play lands from our graveyard. And whenever a land you control enters, mill a card. Yeah, we need to mill Dark Jet. I literally just read it. Polluted Delta, mill. So we missed 2 mills, so we'll do those. Polluted Delta. Swamp. Insect. Oh, sorry, not 2 insects. 2 Scute Swarms. Boom, baby. And then technically the second Scute Swarm sees the other 2 and makes 2 more. Awesome. And then our next one, Polluted Delta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go grab. Do we have any more swamp? Oh, and we mill. Any more swamps? Or at least ones that have swamp in the thing here. Oh, Valoranian Cheese. I've been wanting to build an Ur-Dragon deck. Do you think we/or I could build a pretty strong Ur-Dragon Tarkir Precon only deck? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, that's possible. Yes. Let's see here. Do we have any more swampies? We don't. So instead, do we have another fetch in here? We'll play Windswept Heath and grab a forest. Bonk. Mill a card. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then guess what? We have a 3rd drop return. So we'll play that Windswept Heath again. Mill a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then another forest. Mill a card. Brrr, Scute Swarms. Yeah, Valoroni, I saw that. Getting all the precons is so freaking awesome. I think it's completely possible to do so, yes. And now, we also had 6 land drops happen this turn, so we have 6 extra mana from Lotus Cobra as well. So that way, if we had a card like, let's see here, loot out, we could continually dump the mana into loot. This is turn 5? I may have made this deck a little too strong. This is a budget bracket 3. Man, I gotta chill. Well, sick. That worked out. Fantastic. Now, Downwit ordered 2 decks. So, let's talk about Downwit's second deck. Downwit asked for Tom the Bomb, baby. Tom Bombadil. So, Tom Bombadil says, as long as there are 4 or more lore counters among sagas you control, he has hexproof and indestructible. Very helpful for an enchantment-heavy, character. Which, by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the stream so far and you want a custom deck yourself, head on over to the Patreon. Get yourself a deck, get yourself on stream. So, whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a saga card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. This ability triggers only once each turn. So the idea is we want our sagas to finish and then immediately mill us into another saga that will instantly be cast and start going off. And we use things like Strionic Resonator to copy their abilities on the stack. And then as well as that, if a triggered ability of a creature you control triggers an additional time, and we're going to be triggering enchantment spells being cast, drawing a card, as well as when Living Lore Saga dies, having all these other triggers happen. Super, super helpful. This deck was on a budget for a 5-color deck, which, as you know, is pretty hard. So I still had to invest a fair amount into the land base. Let me show you guys how that price breaks down here. Okay, so we spent a total of 151 of our budget on the creatures, so pretty low. We spent a majority of our budget on the land base, $350. So, why did I have to do that? It's a 5-color deck. The deck has to have good lands in order to cast its spells, and I didn't even include the fetches. Like, this is no fetches, just shocks, pain lands. Like, the fetches would definitely bump up the price to at least $500. At least. Maybe $600. So, in order to make this deck still perform really well on the budget given, I needed to have that. So, we only spent $5 on sorceries, $18 on instants, $120 on the artifacts, and $100 of it being the One Ring, which is insanely good in this deck. Plus, it's a Tom Bombadil deck. We had to put the One Ring in. Come on. We had to. Like, come on. So, how does this deck play? What do you need to keep in your opening hand? The number one thing you must keep in your opening hand is mana. The deck will do everything else, but you've got to find your mana. So, let's get our first 7. Literally 1 land. Throwback. We got 2 lands, but we have a way to draw extra cards, and ways to trigger it and gain life, and ways to buff our creatures, and a suspend card to get things back. Very good. This is what good deck building looks like, baby. So, in order to cast this, we need green on all of this. Right now, we only have access to white, blue, and white, black. So, here's the thing. Retro, I stand by that deck. I stand by that deck, Retro. I love playing it. Yeah, it does have a lot of lands, doesn't it? Yeah, you got to be careful with that deck. Hey, the deck also draws a lot of extra cards, mind you. So you should be able to unflood yourself. Just saying. So right now, the biggest issue is that although it has the mana, it doesn't have the right type of mana. And that's what makes these WUBRG decks without fetches so freaking hard to do. So this is our second 7, but realistically, the only thing we can do is suspend our Resurgent Belief. That's all we can do. So, I think it's better to go down to 6 here. There we go, baby. That's what we like to see. This is perfect. This is a perfect 6. Depending on the pod, I would keep one of these 2 enchantments. I would not keep both. We're going to keep the one that's easiest to cast, which is the Eldest Reborn. Because right now, we actually... Oh, no, we do have 2 white mana, so we can cast either or. I think we like Chapter 3 on the Eldest Reborn more than Elspeth's, because Elspeth's is about returning creatures, and we don't have any currently in the graveyard. So put that at the bottom of the library, and we'll draw for turn. Okay, great. We actually have something to do turn 1, too. Shock in this Temple Garden, Noble Hierarch. Next turn. Ooh, okay. Living Lore. I like it. Next turn, we can go ahead and safely be thinking about playing Eldest Reborn next turn instead of Tom Bombadil, because Tom Bombadil just cares about when Eldest Reborn dies, not when it is played. So keep that in mind. So we'll hold up mana, and then we can like Sword to Plowshare someone's poor commander. Haha. We'll play Training Center. Red. Actually, no, it'd be Blood Crypt, I think. Yeah. So, red, white. Oh, yeah, black. So, yeah, black, white, blue, red, green. Tom Bombadil. Oh, sorry, not Tom Bomb. As we said, Eldest Reborn. My bad. Brain got locked into making sure we had Wooburg there. This turn, Training Center. The words I said last time. Tom Bombadil. Eldest Reborn is currently on lore counter 2 now. So everyone has sacrificed a creature and they've discarded a card. Then we're going to tap, add a lore counter to Eldest Reborn, and then we're going to steal someone's creature. Boom. Eldest Reborn dies, and now we mill off the top of our library until we hit a saga. And we get to cast it for... Oh! And we'll put Kiora Best the Sea God onto the battlefield for free on turn 5. And we'll create an 8/8 token Kraken with hexproof. Oh, that's a fun deck. That's a fun deck right there. That's a mighty fun deck right there. I tell you what. That's awesome. That is awesome. Now we'll be boring. We'll be good commander players that know what they're doing. Realistically, if we want to have more fun, we'd play Long Reach and Sanctum Weaver. IMO. I think that's more fun, personally. And then, but I know a lot of people want to be a Ristic Study. Ian, it's actually cheaper to get a deck made if you're a patron. So if you want, all you got to do is you can do my $50 tier on Patreon to get a deck made every month and just do it for 1 month. Or if you just want to get a one-off deck, it's a little bit more in my store. But the good thing is, throughout this entire month, decks are going to be on sale on the Patreon and on my website. And then we're going to be doing a cancer drive later next week as well. And if you're a patron, you can get rewards. But yeah, just head on over to the Patreon to get yourself a custom deck made. And if you want, go on to my Patreon, just pay the $1, go into the Discord, ask people what they think. I think you're going to be pretty surprised how happy people are with their decks, because I get a lot of good stories about it, like absolutely wreaking havoc in play groups. It's very fun. So this is turn 6. We tap Satsuki, and we get to finish Kiora Best the Sea God, and then we get to play another Saga for free, and we're going to get Scroll Ister for free. And you kind of get how it goes from here. Def for the deck building. Would be able to send you a link to an already made deck and have you edit it? Absolutely. I would suggest that as a deck building thing, because the biggest thing is last time someone did this for me, they sent me a deck link and then their idea, and I spent a full day on that deck, and it's actually ending up going to be a video because I was so inspired by their original idea. But if you just need tweaks, like you're like, hey, I've got a deck, I love it, but it's just not working out, do the roast. Like what Blainimal said, yeah. If it's just a deck you like but it's not working out, do a roast. But if you're having trouble building it in the first place, ask me to build it. Oh, Ian, you haven't gotten your deck? What's your deck, brother? Let's get that up right now. Oh, shoot. In order to get one of the decks today, they're going to be available on the website for the $15 tier of my Patreon, as long as the creator is cool with sharing it. But if the creator's not cool with sharing it, you can get access to the entire website by buying your own deck. So if you go ahead and get your own deck created and join the Duke tier on my Patreon, you get access to every deck ever made on the stream if you get your own made. Ian, what was the commander from October? Was it Anala? Was this your deck, Ian? Awesome shoe. That's the only Ian I see. Let me know, Ian. Okay. Our next deck is Henzi. This is a super big fan favorite. Yes, there are deck lists. Yeah, Ian, that was yours. Yeah, that was the secret one. Ian, hit me up on Discord. It is, yeah, that was yours. It was already shown and everything, yeah. And it's up on the website. Hit me up on Discord. Oops. All right, everybody. Henzi is a big fan favorite, so I know a lot of you are going to be excited for this one. Someone said they loved Henzi, but they just couldn't get the deck to work. They just were having a lot of trouble making it fun. So I want to talk about what makes Henzi fun, like genuinely excitedly fun. And the best thing about Henzi isn't cheating. It makes no sense to make a cheat Henzi deck. The idea is that this Blitz, the Blitz cost you pay is 1 less for each time you cast your commander from the command zone. I get a lot of people like Henzi for that reason. They like the idea, but I think the better thing to maximize isn't, kill Henzi, who do I care? Now my creatures cost 1 less when I cast them again. That removes you an entire turn later. Don't do that, guys. Henzi, Toolbox Torre, is about giving your creatures haste with Blitz. That is what you like. You want your creatures to die, and then you want to reanimate it later anyway. You want to give haste to an Ancient Brass Dragon. Can you imagine that? Whenever Ancient Brass Dragon deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. When you do, put any number of target creature cards with total mana value X or less from graveyards onto the battlefield. Under your control. Under your control, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So, the idea with this deck is that Henzi will enable you to make haste on any amazing attack triggers. Atali, Ilharg, the Razor, or immediately kill things like Junji or Koshuo. There's really, really good things that you want to immediately give haste to. And then on top of that, hey, if you really want to now, technically, you can have an Orcish Lumberjack come out hasty if you want to make extra mana. I know not all the decks from December are on the website. I was waiting for the Megatron list and it hasn't been there. You did reach out to Esh Money and got it? Yes. So I have received word that the website was fixed today. That's what I understood by it. There should be an announcement soon telling you guys what was fixed. I'm waiting to talk to the programmer. They had to go to bed. They worked all night. So they are currently asleep. Another thing, like we were just talking about, is making sure that these cards have good death triggers, because Henzi not only gives haste, it gives an auto sacrifice, and Protean Hulk loves that. Henzi and Protean Hulk are best friends. One of my favorite things to do is also use things like Fierce Empath, and just, it's got a good ETB, and you don't care about this card hanging around. So for one less. Oh, Ian, no problem. Just give me your email real quick, buddy, and I'll email it to you right now. Yeah, if you want, the Discord is only for $1 patrons. It's very cheap. So if you just want to join to be a part of the community, I know a lot of people have started to play Commander on the Discord together as well. What's up, Roxas Henry? Love the name. I am currently 4 games in on my replay of Kingdom Hearts. Very fun right now. Been playing a ton lately. Another big thing about a Henzi list, everybody. Let's talk about this for a second. You need to understand that this game has a second main phase. I see so many people think they need to have instant speed something to interact with the sacrifice that Henzi makes. During second main phase, you can sorcery sack them to things like Eldritch Evolution and Life's Legacy in order to draw cards or go get something bigger from your list. That is one of the best combos in Henzi and is the best way to get him rolling. Blainable says, also, it's really hard to find decks that were streamed in December because the dates on the decks don't seem to line up with YouTube streams. Shoot, let's fix that. Let's make sure we fix that. Absolutely. We try to set up at least one game when we were free. It's a lot of fun. Heck yeah, Valeroni. Thank you guys for doing that. And I'm thinking about starting a little fun thing for y'all. It won't be a league, so it won't depend on who wins. But people with the most games played that are logged in the Discord, I'm going to be giving out prizes to. That's another thing this year. I want to be giving out a lot more prizes on this stream and in the Discord. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and be a nice thank you to you guys that interact in the community, because you're awesome. Secondary to this, whenever we have sacrificed creatures, we would like to reanimate them. So we have Reanimate, we have Victimize, and we have Rise of the Dark Realms, getting our creatures back. And of course, that means we're filling up our graveyard, so I thought Cabal Ritual, getting us 5 black mana for 2 mana is pretty sick. Get to use the new art on Deadly Dispute, which is so awesome. Freaking love it. Which, by the way, this card is only $1.50 right now in foil and full art. Pick this up. This will go up. This is like one of the best cards. Yeah, I think a lot of us also work from home during the week in this Discord community, which, by the way, our Discord community has almost 300 people. We're getting really close. So that is really awesome. And then I decided to choose to bring in flares because I felt like it just made thematic sense for, like, your creature's already going to die anyway. Nice, Roxas. Yeah, Athreos is very fun. And then I included some things just in case you have a creature you really want to keep around but just wanted to give haste to. For example, Ancient Brass Dragon. And so I included Feign Death and Not Death After All, or Not Dead After All, into this. That way you had it. And then also Saw in Half is a creative way to keep them, you know, as long as it's not legendary, which is pretty fun. Obviously, another really fun way to play Henzi, if you would like to, is also by using copy spells. I didn't like that as much because I felt like it wasn't maximizing what's going on, but red copy spells are also a really great way to go. But I wanted to make this deck really consistent, so I erred on the side of giving more mana. So, let's get into this. Let's get into Henzi. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We got nothing to do with village rights here. Basically nothing to do with Cradle. And then 2 lands. I don't think this is really what we're looking for, but it is interesting. It is interesting. Oh, good God. Yeah, no, this is awesome. This is awesome. All right, 3 lands, Dark Ritual and Demonic Tutor, and a Victimize? We're going to do the thing. We're going to do the thing. Let's draw for turn. Misty Rainforest. We're going to go grab ourselves a Bahoo. Pass turn. Craterhoof. Goodness gracious. Do we skip land drop? And then... No, we need something to filter. We need something to discard cards with. So we'll play Exotic Orchard. Demonic Tutor. And we're going to go find something that will allow us to discard to play Tree Shaker Chimera and Craterhoof. I think that's what we're looking for. Huh. Because I didn't include any wheels in this deck. This is fun. This is a really cool puzzle to solve right here. Ooh. Heartless Summoning also helps an insane amount here. Ooh, Heartless Summoning might be it. We're getting really good mana efficiency with Heartless Summoning, actually. Yeah, Heartless Summoning. Okay. Yeah, that was really awesome you guys did the Secret Santa. We'll do City of Brass. And we'll do Henzi. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. It's time. And then we're going to play out all of our mana into Heartless Summoning. Oh, my goodness. Turn 5 is about to be insane. Okay. Okay, everybody. Let's do this. Let's do this. So currently, our creatures cost 3 less to cast. 3 less. So, for green, and then 2 generic, we can cast Tree Shaker Chimera. Right? But, technically speaking, Craterhoof also costs only 5 mana. So if we tap our mana correctly and cast Dark Ritual, we'll get a hasty Tree Shaker Chimera and Craterhoof instantly here. We'll get +3/+3 and haste. And then everything has to block the Tree Shaker Chimera, but they also have trample. So we'll attack in, smack someone for an insane amount of damage. These 2 will die. Next turn, Looty Doody. Go grab a land, grab Overgrown Tomb. And then for 3 mana, victimize our own Henzi? And then return Craterhoof and Tree Shaker back onto the battlefield? And then for 5 mana, replay Henzi. That's awesome. And then smack in again. That is sick. That is sick. That's fun. See, that's the kind of fun Henzi shenanigans I would personally play. That's hilarious. That's really funny. But yeah, that's how I personally would build Henzi to make it more exciting. Akili, I hope you enjoy your deck. Benj, let's see this deck. You asked for, and again, we're going with something popular, so let's talk about how this works for a second. I don't think this even needs to be goldfished. I want to talk about deeply why Atraxis Praetor's Voice can actually be a fun bracket 3 list and why it's fun to make. So, Atraxis Praetor's Voice, and we're going with the tried and true Infect. Now, for a very long time, This was the #1 Pub Stomper deck. For those of you who are new to Magic, lock in. So this has Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink. You're keeping yourself alive, you're keeping yourself defended. It's got Vigilance, so it's never down, and it has Flying. Nothing getting in here without you saying something about it. And at the beginning of your end step, you proliferate. That means when you goes to end your turn, all of the counters on any permanent or player go up by 1. That also means we'll proliferate Planeswalkers. So a lot of people used to play Atraxa with a ton of Planeswalkers and up their loyalty and ult them super fast. Now, Atraxa also proliferates things. The counters go up on players. So what we try to do is cast a spell and or creature that gives our opponents a poison counter. One of the best new ones for this is Prologue to Phyresis. Each opponent gets a poison counter and you draw a card. It's the best new card. And then the best supporting card from recent sets is Radstorm. It's got Storm, and so when you cast it, you copy it for each spell cast this turn. Normally, you want to keep this card back, wait for one of your Spell Slinger friends to try to go off, and then you storm out on top of them, proliferating the poison counters on everyone to kill them before their spells resolve. Like you do it on the stack above them. That's pretty sick. But the biggest thing about this deck and why it's more fun and what I enjoy is it becomes a game all about not getting hit with the proliferate or keeping Atraxa off the board, and you become the arch enemy. Regularly what people do is they will jam pack their deck with ways to make sure people can't stop your plan. What we jam packed the deck with is a bunch of more bombs. We're going to keep lobbing grenades over the walls of everyone else's deck until they're dead. We're not going to stop. We're not going to let up. And every single time it's your turn, no one will be on their phone. No one will be bored. Everyone's going to be staring at you going, oh God, here it comes. Ah! And that's what we want. That's what an Atraxa deck should be. It should draw the attention of your friends, and they should want to try to stop you. And you want to become a good enough player and time your spells well enough that they can't stop you. It pushes you to play harder, play faster, and it is the best way to play Atraxa. Anything else is boring. You're just controlling a game and making it impossible for your friends to interact and making playing the game feel pointless. You need to be able to be killed. You need to be able to be stopped, but you want to be able to make them have it every freaking turn, baby. You want to be slamming win cons. We have very light protection in this deck, and I'm going to go over those right now. Propaganda, so you don't get swung at by the token player. We've got One Ring to stop the one turn someone tries to attack you, get protection, and then Teferi's Protection. Those are our Hail Mary, I need to protect myself. Notice how literally 2 of our game changers are dedicated to this. And then Mystical Tutor to go get one of them. Yeah, that's how we do this around here. Also, Fierce Guardianship shouldn't be in here. As I said, we're not trying to control. That should have been an extra land. What land are we missing? Oh, Gemstone Caverns. There we go. So, again, this is about lobbing grenades and having fun. That is actually how to have fun with it. Yes, if you would like access to this deck, all you gotta do is go sign up on my Patreon, guys, and it'll be on the website. So head on over there, guys, if you're enjoying this, or order yourself your own custom deck over on my Patreon. Link is in the description below, and I will go ahead and put it in our chat as well. Let me go ahead and grab it, and I will pin it into the Patreon. Whoops. Let me go ahead and link it here for you, and I'll pin it. You just pull a Vivi? Well, first off, congratulations. I don't know how expensive that is now, but it used to be extremely expensive. And your question was, once this thing goes away, should I make a deck with it as commander? If so, are cantrips and burn the main strategy? Ian, VV Orinator. Let's bring it up for the very few of you who don't know who VV the Orinator is. VV Orinator says, for 0 mana, add X mana where and any combination of blue or red where X is VV Orinator's power, activate only during your turn. Ian, you came to the perfect person. Or sorry, I am Jeff Perry. I can't read. I actually do have dyslexia. Jeff Perry. I own the VV Discord. I made the first VV CDH deck. I do have a video on my channel if you want to go check it out on how to play it competitively, but the big strategy to play VV is to play it as a Spellslinger deck, but I have another option for you. Me and Maldhound made a version of this called VV Stompy. It's where you just use VV as a giant mana battery, and then you slam giant 8-10 mana dragons and Sphinx. And it is up on my channel. It is called Dragon Decks Shouldn't Be Combo. It was actually ordered by Soul here in the latency's bad today. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to put it on low latency. Normally I have it on low latency. I apologize. But as I was saying, you mean latency between me reading the chat, right? Yes, I own the VV Discord. There's a competitive VV Discord that I own. Let me link it. Or do I have a latency on my voice? Because that would be really awful. Where did I put my VV Discord at? There it is. There we go. Chat latency, okay. But yeah, I also have a video currently on my channel for Bracket 3 VV called Dragon Decks Shouldn't Be Combo. All right, let's get into the last deck of the day. Will Tollett's Clever Conductor. So this is a Esper deck built around discard. The idea is that whenever you discard one or more cards, exile them from your graveyard. When Tollett's dies, put the card exiled with it into their owner's hands. So you're consistently going to be conniving in this deck, which is draw and discard, and then you're going to build up a giant pile of decks that you want to build up and then play with Tollett's when you're ready to sacrifice them. So we're going to sacrifice Tollett's with things like Bone Shards, Culling the Weak. Where's Diabolic Tutor? That was weird. Oh, Diabolic Intent's here. Diabolic Intent and anything else. Awesome, Jeff. Have a good day. Thank you. We're going to sacrifice it with Flare of Denial, Nasty End. What else did we pack in here? I think we have, Deadly Dispute. So we're going to build up a ton of cards in our exile with Tollett's, sacrifice it, and then do a massive turn. This is a CDH list as well, so this is a Thassa's Demonic Consultation kind of list, so it is very straightforward. But the major part of this list and why we want to expand on it being a little more aggressive and sacrificing it is we're going to be playing spells like Frantic Search to discard cards and build up for a larger turn. So let's play test this for a second. So we have our sacrifice, we have another sacrifice, and we have a counterspell and only one draw, discard, and 4 lands. This is way too much land for a CDH deck, so we're going to restart. Second 7 doesn't have a land. Much better. Awesome. Okay, so this is our 6. We have 3 lands. We have a Reanimate, an Unearth, Rhystic, and Mystic. We're going to put the Unearth to the bottom of our library and keep this as our first 6. Draw for turn. Bloodstained Mire. Go grab ourselves a Underground Sea. And then we'll Mystical Tutor. And we're going to go get ourselves a Dark Ritual. Oop, not Dark Deal. Put that on top. Next turn, Sea of Clouds. Or not Sea of Clouds. We want to do the Arid Mesa. We'll do Arid Mesa. And we'll go get ourselves a Tundra for white-blue. Dark Ritual. And Rhystic Study. I will say we'll draw 2 cards on average from Rhystic. Like 2 people won't pay. Next turn, Flooded Strand. And let's go grab ourselves a Scrubbly Bubbly. So we have all 3 of our duels out. Now, currently, we're not discarding anything. We have Island Cycling that we could do, but we want Tullus out first. So we're going to go ahead and get Tullus out. We'll say we draw 2 more cards from our Rhystic before next turn. Go to our next turn. Play Sea of Clouds. Actually, we'll play the Cabal Pit. See if we can hit Threshold. We're pretty close. And we're going to start setting up here. We also connive when Tullus comes out. So the Emergent Zone actually we would draw it and then discard something. I think we'll probably discard... Probably the Baleful Strix. And then exile it to the effect and then draw. Okay. There we go. So, we have enough mana to Lorien Revealed, which will draw us 3 cards, which is pretty great. So, yeah, I'd say we do that. We'll play out the Lotus Petal. And then Lorien Revealed, draw 3. Say we'll draw 2 from Rhystic Study. Go to next turn. Play out a land. And now, Teferi, Master of Time, is our way to churn through this deck. Like crazy. And then we will discard a hand size, put Emergent Zone and Sea of Clouds out. We'll then draw and discard with Teferi, Master of Time. We'll exile those cards to Teferi. Or to Tullus. And then we'll discard the Unearthed and exile it to Tullus. So, we're saving up cards under Tullus right now. Next turn as in the next player, we draw and discard again with Teferi. And we'll get rid of this Gemstone Mine. Third player, draw and discard. Ooh, Demonic Consultation. Very, very good. We'll put the swords away for now. And then, let's say on this 4th person's turn, it's turn 5, someone's going for a win. We'll draw and discard. And we'll put... let's say Reanimate in Tullus Exile. We'll then Flare of Denial, sacking Tullus, draw 2 cards from Rhystic during like a counterspell war, Fierce Guardian, and then Tullus will go to the command zone. These will go to our graveyard, and now all these cards go back to our hand for our next turn. Next turn, we'll draw and discard with Tullus. Get rid of this land. And we will... actually, we'll wait on the draw and discard from Teferi. We'll wait on it. And we will cast this Imperial Seal for black. We'll go put Thassa's onto the top of our library. Then we will activate Teferi, draw the Thoracle, discard, play land for turn. And then we want to make sure someone doesn't mess with our turn. Make sure we have counter spells up. So we have Careful Study to cast. So we'll cast that. We'll draw 2, discard 2. Cloud of Fairies. Nice. We can set up extra mana if we need it. Discard these lands. And then we can cast Thassa's for 2 blue. And then respond with Demonic Consultation. Exile our library. Win the game with Thassa's. Boom, baby. So Tullus just kind of allows us to like control the game until we want to go for it ourselves. And then all the cards we discard, we get to exile and put it in our hand for a big winning turn. So it's a very fun underdog Esper control list. I think you should definitely lean hardcore control with this, but still having like the discarding effects within it. So it's nice, like upper bracket for lower CEDH. I think it's coolest. All right, everybody, that is all the time I had for today. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with more for you guys, as well as more updates. Thank you for joining. If you want to get a custom deck, make sure to go to the Patreon, hit me up on Discord, and I will see you guys very soon. God bless all of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye-bye. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.